Welcome to Real Kiwi Fishing. This week I'm on a solo down the local trying to catch dinner. So I'm back at a spot that I fished a few months ago. The tide wasn't quite right and I wanted to come back a little bit later in the season, and I've got that day today. So we've pretty much got zero wind. We've got a low tide around 5:30 tonight, so basically right smack bang as that sun goes down, and I'm pretty much a couple of weeks into winter. So yeah, hopefully we get onto a few fish back at my local spot. Trying again more in that winter time for some better fish. Hopefully get onto a few. Hope you guys enjoy. Probably not going to be out here too long. That swell's picked up a little bit. It's probably about dead low. But hopefully pick up a couple of fish before we get pushed off. It's actually not a bad day. Nice little swell. A little bit cloudy. It is quite bright, but a little bit cloudy. Water's a little bit murky. Up to a little fella. Don't think he's big enough for dinner. Definitely not. Bit small. Lots of little stuff. Like I was saying, we're here. It's not really lining up with that darkness, the spot, so hasn't really produced for us. I'll put him in a little rock pool. But hey, we'll keep trying. Lots of little stuff, and that tide's coming in, so we're going to get pushed off here pretty quick. Actually taking my sinker off. Just running floating baits. Hitting that floating bait pretty quick. As soon as it pretty much hits the water. There you go, guys. Nice little binny. He's probably close to, geez, he's getting close to their 40 centimeters, around their 38, maybe 39, but I'll push him out to maybe 40 centimeters. It's not a bad fish for the bin. We'll try and get a couple more before we get pushed off. Those floating baits working well. There you go. Yeah. Oh, a little bit of a grab there. So yeah, I'm back in that sort of later months in the season. So that sort of winter, early winter time, fishing around the rocks can be really productive down at your local spot. So just got a little bit of a grab there. What normally happens is the smaller fish sort of move away and those bigger fish sort of come in, mooch around the kelp, and they sort of do that over the winter times, those bigger fish. You still get those smaller fish every now and then, but you hope that they sort of predominantly move out, the bigger fish come in, call this place home over those winter months, and we get onto a few goodies. So I'll go bait up again, just got a little bit of a grab there. Now because we've got that pretty much no wind, I'm just doing floating baits, so basically no sinker at all. Got a 8-bar row, little bead, straight to my fluoro, straight to my braid. So floating baits, got no wind today. If there is, it's like a sort of a southerly, it's behind me. So floating baits, it's always going to help with those snags. As soon as you start putting sinkers and stuff on there, in comes your snags. So if there was a little bit of wind, obviously I'll be using a lot of ball sinkers, just enough to get away with getting it out far enough. So floating baits today, which I do love doing around the rocks. If I did have a little ball sinker on there, I'd probably get a little bit more distance, but I've already had a couple of bites, so I know that I'm making it out there far enough. Can actually start with a little ball sinker and make, oh, little nudge there. And maybe I could have or should have. Sometimes you start with a little ball sinker and you can get away with it. But we'll see how we go. This is my second, third bait, and I've had bites every time. Actually got my Coronado bait feeder with me today, so if I start missing fish, I can also start using that, especially if you get some big boys turning up. A couple of little grabs there. Just using half pillies. Had a kawhai chasing my hook, and there were piper jumping everywhere. So maybe if I hook up to a kawhai, try some big kawhai baits. It's definitely a quite a bit of fish here. Small. But it's a start. Kawhai would be nice right about now. Something that'll stay on there longer. We're hooked up, guys. We're hooked up to our first little snap. Nothing big, but hey, at least we're hooked up. Just a little kelpy. He's probably just about takeable actually, but definitely not big enough for us, guys. I would say he's probably close to that sort of 32, 33 maybe. But we'll let him go. Nice little kelpy. Obviously, because we're fishing in around the rocks and kelp, it's pretty much what we're targeting. The old kelpies. That's what happens this time of year. Sort of coming into those winter times, those fish move in and they call those shallow sort of foul areas home, and that's what we're targeting. Go bait up again, hopefully get something bigger. Got a real nice grab, real nice whole pilchard. Kawhai, guys. Big kawhai. That first one I think was a nice snapper, but hey, at least we got dinner. Chuck them in the bin. Just chucked on a big slab of that kawhai. Couldn't help myself. Left one fillet, whole side to take home for dinner. Got to try some hard baits. quite a big chunk, so I'm just running my bait feeder system. It's been pretty quiet, guys, but we're getting to that that magic time. Oh, this isn't a bad fish, guys, if I can get it in. It's been pretty quiet. But it's, oh. That was a nice fish. Broke me. Bit right through. And that was a real nice fish. Dang it. That was a pretty nice fish, guys. Wasn't huge, but for this spot, it was a nice fish. Probably something up around 45, maybe 50 centimeters. Just came in and grabbed it, but straight through the trace. Using 30-pound fluorocarbon, and I was thinking about it. I was thinking, because I got 40-pound there, and I and ahed, and I should have. It's a bit of a bummer. Oh, yep. Oh, mate. Just a little fella. It's just that perfect time of day. Once again, probably keepable. He's probably about 32, 33, like that one before. But we'll let him go. Maybe if I had kept that other fish, 2 for the bin would be alright, but no. Might try one more. Another little fella. Probably end up catching one and it's dark.